This is WCIA 3 News at Noon in high definition.
Good afternoon. I'm Emily Braun. Champaign police are investigating after a man was shot. It's one of today's top stories. The shooting happened around 1:30 this morning in the 1400 block of Williamsburg. Police say they got multiple calls about gunshots, and when they got there, they found evidence and were told a 28-year-old man had gone to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. Police say he'll be okay. Investigators are working with the Champaign County Street Crimes Task Force on this case. If you know anything, contact Champaign Police or contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. And Champaign police also have a familiar case on their hands. They're investigating a string of car burglaries in the southwest part of town. They happened last Tuesday and Wednesday in the Lincolnshire Fields neighborhood. Neighbors say at least 8 cars were broken into. Police say car burglaries were at a 30-day low, but this sudden spike blew that away. And police say every car broken into in this case was unlocked. Neighbors say after this, they might be changing their ways.
It's pretty annoying because we work hard to live in this neighborhood, and then it's a violating feeling.
Since this string of burglaries, the president of the Lincolnshire Fields Homeowners Association says several neighbors are either installing new security cameras or at least considering installing them. Over in Macon County, Decatur police are investigating after a 9-year-old boy was found with burn marks. This is new for you at noon. Police say they were called to the 1900 block of East North Street this morning. When they got there, the 9-year-old had burn marks on his legs. Police say the boy told them how he was burned. He went to a hospital in Decatur before being transported to Springfield. Police say he should be okay. And Springfield police took a man into custody for illegally having a gun. The Street Crimes Unit got a search warrant for Corey Alexander's home. During the search, they found a semi-automatic handgun. Alexander is charged with possession of a weapon by a felon and possession of a weapon with a revoked FOID card. Be careful if you're driving near downtown Champaign this afternoon. Yet another truck has gotten stuck under a viaduct there. It happened before 8 this morning near the corner of Neal and Springfield. Crews have been out all morning trying to get the truck out. Witnesses say there have been several tow trucks and semis on the scene. As you might know, this is not the first time a truck has gotten stuck at this location. Tonight in our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast, we'll dig deeper into why it's happening and what can be done to fix the problem. In your Capitol News this afternoon, lawmakers head back to Springfield tomorrow for another special session. This time, they're hashing out a new school funding formula. Governor Rauner wanted Senate Bill 1 on his desk yesterday, which he plans to a mandatory veto. But since that didn't happen, Rauner is forcing the General Assembly to return Wednesday. The bill has been in the hands of Senate President John Cullerton since it passed more than 50 days ago. Cullerton says he wants to hold a leaders' meeting to clear the air and claims the delay was on purpose to, quote, let everyone blow off some steam.
Really to discuss without that bill being on my desk. I will a mandatory veto it, and from there they can discuss what the changes that I made, and we can implement either those or if somebody else has another idea.
Rauner did not go into detail what his mandatory veto would look like, but we do know he plans to take out what he calls a poison pill that puts hundreds of millions of dollars into Chicago's pension system. Rauner's plan would spread that money around the state, giving a larger share to the neediest districts. Schools around the state are hoping that deal comes sooner rather than later. Bismarck-Henning is one of those. Last week, the superintendent sent parents an email saying the school only had enough money on hand to keep the doors open for one more semester. If the school did not get any money from the state or any taxpayer dollars, they could sustain the district through December. But Superintendent Scott Watson says regardless of what happens with the state budget, the school will get about $4.2 million tax dollars from Vermilion County. He says that will be enough to keep the district open well past December. He says he sent the email to parents to be transparent. He also wants to put pressure on lawmakers. He says he knows many Illinois schools are in the same boat, and some schools have it worse.
I want the parents to be aware of where we're sitting at in our school district, as well as the county, as well as the state, because I know there are some school districts that will not open their doors if there's no school budget funding come in August. And I don't think there's any in Vermilion County, but there's certainly ones around the state.
He says most schools downstate are rooting for Governor Rauner's spending plan, but at this point, some sort of budget is better than nothing. Watson says concerned parents and community members should contact their elected officials. That information is on the screen. A Champaign County teacher is running for Congress. Anthony March is going for the 15th Congressional District seat. He teaches at Heritage High School in Broadlands and lives in Danville. He decided to run because he was disappointed with Representative John Shimkus's policies. March says some of the top issues he wants to work on are health care, the environment, and education.
I think we can do a lot more for teacher retention, working on teacher pay, the conditions in schools. I think those are all things that need to be improved on.
March plans to host a town hall meeting at the Vermilion County Democratic Party headquarters next month. One candidate who will not be running for Congress is State Representative Carol Ammons. Ammons announced tonight she will stay in state government, last night rather. Instead of challenging Congressman Rodney Davis for the 13th district seat, Ammons made the decision after having several listening sessions throughout her district. Ammons tweeted, "Right now, Springfield is where I need to be, and I promise to continue to be your voice when you're not there to speak for yourselves." Some Champaign-Urbana teachers aren't quite off the clock this summer. They're getting a lesson of their own. We are your classroom connection. The annual Education Through Music Conference is showing them how music can help their students learn better. Middle school and elementary teachers came to the U of I to study how song and movement can help with language development and literacy. The conference has been going on for almost a decade, and these teachers say it works.
We know that when brains are more relaxed and less threatened, they're more open to learning. Music can provide a very, very, very strong vehicle for that. And if we can help that happen in schools, we hope to reduce the amount of anxiety that teachers and children have in schools.
Program coordinators say teachers in many Champaign-Urbana elementary schools have used this program to give their kids a leg up on learning. Kids in Decatur are getting the chance to take their love for Legos to the next level. For the first year, 4-H and the U of I Extension are hosting a robotics camp. The camp allows kids as young as 8 to learn how to design, program, and build Lego robots. The ultimate goal is to race them. Camp leaders say it's important to show kids hobbies in technology and get them excited about a future career.
It's really exciting because you know that these kids are, they're learning basic skills, but they're also discovering what kinds of things might I want to do and how might I contribute to the community when I grow up.
The camp runs for 4 days. It costs $15. Volunteers hope the camp will continue to get kids excited about tech for years to come. We'll have more of the news at noon after the break.